All right, so here are the three books that I found most helpful in both business and in personal life. So number one is Think and Grow Rich. Now this one might be a little cheesy for some people, but honestly, I think it's a great book about perseverance and just having the right mental attitude. So it interviews a few people from our early U.S. history, just in what they did and how they were successful. So whether you believe some of the interviews or not, or whatever, I just still think it's an overall good book just to have that right mental frame. And at number two, we have Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now, this one is probably everyone's favorite, or could be the number one book that they say got them started in their whole journey. But yeah, for me, I read that a long time ago, and then I reread it fairly recently, like a few years ago. But basically, yeah, it just talks about the simple process or the simple concept of having assets that will end up paying you versus you buying liabilities over time. Understandably, we all have to buy things like clothes, food, cars to get us, one place to another, or other form of transportation, and it's all good. But it just teaches you just the general mindset of trying to obtain things that can hopefully be able to provide for you over time. And as you accumulate those, it can kind of grow into something to where maybe you don't have to rely on just one source or just to do one thing. You can rely on multiple streams. So that's a good book for a lot of people to start with. And then the third one is, honestly, it's not a book that I have as hard copy at the moment. I listen to it on audiobook, but it's Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. So I think the overall concepts there are very good as well. If you can afford to hire out, do so. He gives a formula. I think roughly, if I remember correctly, it's like a quarter of what you feel like your time that you can get. And some of it could actually be objective. Like you might actually bill a certain rate, or you might have something where your business generates X amount for you. And so you're dividing those hours into what your hourly rate would be. So you have that formula set to where you can now hire out somebody that can do those same tasks for you, maybe on a lower level, but obviously you can try to automate things as much as you can, and then if you can't automate it, you can still hire someone to do some of those tasks. But the idea is to delegate as much as you possibly can to eventually allow you to have freedom of time to be able to pursue bigger and better things. Like you have that mental clarity to make those big decisions, or you can just simply just enjoy more time with friends, family, whatnot. So I just think that's a great book to be able to kind of get your mind wrapped around trying to delegate, because I think a lot of us get stuck. So for any of you that have any different books on your top three, or the three that you've read, or two, whatever books you want to throw out there that you believe have helped you in your journey, please comment below and just let us know what books, so that maybe a lot of us can see these and put those on our reading.